Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, July 23. Government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Carib Cement to dispose of over 2 million used tires currently stored at the Riverton City disposal site. The MOU will accommodate a test run over the next 40 days. During that time, 5 truckloads of used tires will be transported per day by the National Solid Waste Management Authority to Carib Cement. The tires will be burnt in a kiln at a very high temperature to eliminate toxic fumes. At Monday's signing, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the arrangement would address environmental and health concerns that are raised whenever there's a fire at the Riverton disposal site, especially from tires.
Carib Cement will be responsible for the payment of costs relating to the offloading of the tires, and the Ministry of Local Government and the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation will share equally in the cost of unloading, that is, putting the tires on the trucks and transporting them to the kiln.
Prime Minister Holness says the removal of tires from other disposal sites is also being looked at. Meanwhile, General Manager for Carib Cement, Peter Donkersloot, says the partnership represents an example of good joint solution between the government and private sector.
After this trial period, once we move to the full project, we'll be able to eliminate all tires in Riverton between 3 and 5 years. We are committed to the success of this project because it's good to the environment, the health and the safety of Jamaicans.
Jamaica is among several Caribbean countries slated to benefit from financial support to implement alternative energy projects. This is being done by the U.S. Department of State through the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. The agency's Development Credit Authority is actively negotiating with commercial banks to finalize one or more energy sector loan guarantees that can help unlock private capital in the Caribbean energy sector. The State Department's Global Power Sector Program Manager, Faith Cornell, says over 70 projects across the region have been identified for possible technical assistance or finance. The projects were identified from an assessment of the market potential for private clean energy investment through a loan guarantee program. Assessments included projects in natural gas, renewables, storage, and efficiency in the transport and power sectors.
If we succeed in finalizing a Caribbean energy sector loan guarantee, we stand to leverage millions of dollars in not just U.S. private investment, but Caribbean private investment in a sector that is well on its way to being more energy secure and sustainable, and able to deliver reliable and affordable power for the people and businesses of Jamaica.
Ms. Cornell was addressing the recent opening of a 2-day alternative energy workshop in support of the Caribbean Energy Security Initiative. Similar workshops are to be held in St. Lucia, the Dominican Republic, and Barbados.
This conference is welcomed as it holds tremendous possibilities for Jamaica and the Caribbean region as we seek to increase our diversification efforts and explore the possibilities for greater inclusion of alternative energy in our ecosystem.
The National Water Commission, NWC, is urging consumers to brace for continued disruption to their water supply. This will include lower water pressures, adjustments in the current supply regulations, and no water in areas that are worst impacted. In a release, the NWC says its water supply systems across the island are being impacted by the ongoing drought. According to the water supply company, as of July 20, the Mona Reservoir's capacity was 33.6%, while the Hermitage Dam was 76%. The NWC says it's streamlining its water supply and trucking schedules to better respond to the affected areas. In the meantime, the Commission is urging customers to reduce their usage, identify areas where recycled water may be used, and replace faulty pipes and fittings. The Ministry of Justice will be providing 2 buses equipped with audiovisual technology to secure testimonies from witnesses in trial matters. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says the buses will travel to remote areas to access these witnesses and will serve to protect them against intimidation. His message was delivered by Executive Director of the Legal Aid Council, Hugh Faulkner, at the opening of the 2-day Witness Care Conference on Friday.
Our goal, mission, and purpose at the Ministry of Justice is to create a first-class justice system that delivers timely justice to all, irrespective of their socio-economic circumstances. The ministry is a significant partner in this Witness Care Conference 2019 because we know that a first-class justice system cannot exist without the proper care and protection of witnesses.
The provision of buses to capture witness testimonies falls under the Ministry's Justice Undertakings for Social Transformation JUST project. It's a $19.8 million Canadian dollar initiative funded by the Government of Canada and is being implemented by the Justice Ministry and the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. The Ministries of Tourism and Agriculture are to deepen their partnership to respond to the demand for local produce by resorts and attractions. The Ministry of Tourism's 2018 demand study reveals that approximately $40 billion worth of agricultural produce are needed by the sector. This demand includes poultry, meats, seafood, vegetables, fruits, beverages, and processed foods. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says existing initiatives such as the Agri-Linkages Exchange, ALEX, will be expanded to fulfill the demands of the sector.
The study provides the ministry with an empirical database that will allow us to effectively plan and identify demand for goods and services in the sector. The efforts that we're making are continuously about bringing more of the ordinary Jamaican into the value chain of tourism.
Mr. Bartlett was speaking on Thursday at the 5th staging of the Christmas in July trade show at Jamaica Pegasus. More than 120 entrepreneurs exhibited at the annual event, which is hosted by the Tourism Linkages Network. The trade show provided local entrepreneurs with an opportunity to pitch their products to buyers, such as corporate entities and tourism businesses seeking gifts for the upcoming Yuletide season. And finally, hundreds of Jamaican high school students will be randomly selected to sit the Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, in 2021. They will join students from 87 other countries. The computer-based assessment will measure the students' performance in mathematics, creative thinking, science, and reading. The results will be compared with participating countries, giving the Education Ministry an idea of the students' ability to perform in the global space. This was revealed by National Mathematics Coordinator and member of the PISA management team, Dr. Tamika Benjamin, during a recent JIS think tank.
It's a triennial survey that is done with 15-year-old students, and it's designed to assess the extent to which these students who are near the end of their secondary education have developed the skills and the competencies that they will need to function in a global environment.
A field study will be undertaken in 2020 to pilot the exam, which will be carried out over a 6 to 8 week period in April and June 2021. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.